Alright guys, it's Chatterbox Reviews, coming at you guys with a movie review of the Hitman's Bodyguard, along with my friend. So, this movie stars Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson, and it's directed by Patrick Hughes.
So what this movie is about is essentially Interpol is trying to convict a former leader of Belarus for his crimes against his own country, slaughtering a village, killing innocent people who don't agree with his politics and his ways. And so they get in contact with Samuel Jackson's character, who is a world-renowned hitman, over like 150 kills, something like that. And he knows this leader of Belarus, and so he knew him when he was still in work. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get him to testify against this leader, so he'll have evidence and whatnot to convict the leader. And in exchange, they'll give him this plea deal that includes letting his wife go free. She's currently in prison as well. And so from there, the one complication is that everyone who they've gotten to testify has been killed before they've reached this where the trial is being held. So they proceed to take him there to the trial, and obviously, this leader's guys he hired sort of kill the guys that are trying to transport Samuel L. Jackson, and it gets compromised. So it ends up being one agent with Samuel L. Jackson, and this is where Ryan Reynolds' character comes into the equation. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds' character was sort of a top-rated security.
AAA.
Yeah, AAA. That's referenced in the movie. He's essentially a bodyguard, and he provides protection to very wealthy criminals in most cases.
Yeah.
And is at the top of his game until one of his clients was killed, and he believes it was this agent who is now with Samuel L. Jackson. So he sort of holds a grudge against her. They used to date. Yeah. So she calls him because she is alone with Samuel L. Jackson in the Interpol safe house. And so she calls him. He ends up coming through, and he's now the bodyguard to get Samuel L. Jackson, his character, to the trial. And that's where the movie that's where it goes from there.
Yeah.
And obviously stuff happens. There's action, of course, back and forth with Reynolds and Jackson, which that was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Definitely, it was very interesting.
It was great.
The relationship sort of progressed from these two guys were enemies, sort of progressed to the point where they, would take a bullet for each other. No spoilers, but
Yeah.
But and so that's the best thing about this movie. For me, at least, what I'll say about this, for positives, action sequences, I think are really good, except for the hand-to-hand. I thought the edits were a little bit weird. Really fast edits, just not my favorite type of hand-to-hand, but it was not terrible. And then obviously the chase scenes in cars were good, and there's a boat scene that was nice.
Yeah, I really
and
like
the thing they had is during all the action sequences there would be people getting shot and whatnot, but they also mixed in the comedy there.
Yeah, yep.
For me though, for negatives would be, there's a few things, but definitely the number one thing would be the tone. I just don't think the director quite understood. He sort of had it as a comedy, which was good, an action comedy, so it's funny, sort of like a Deadpool-esque, right? People are dying, but he's still making jokes. Yeah. But then what would happen was whenever they shifted to this leader of Belarus's character, played by Gary Oldman, as I said before, the tone just shifted completely, and it was almost taking itself too seriously, trying to be like a war crime movie.
Like
it was a little bit odd, but then they go back to Jackson and Reynolds, and it'd be laughing, funny stuff. So that was the one big thing for me. And of course, like I said, the way they handled some of the action sequences. Other than that, though, I thought it was fine. It was kind of a typical action movie.
Yeah.
Obviously action comedy that we've seen before, and it's been done better, but this was fine.
Yeah. Positives for me. I think Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson had great chemistry. The whole movie. Really, I didn't see like one scene where things were like a little off, like the one-liners were kind of like the timing was off or anything like that. No. So that was really good. I do agree that some of the action stuff was kind of like it got really serious really fast, and then kind of like we just went back to Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds kind of shooting one-liners at each other and stuff like that. Not that I didn't enjoy that,
No, it's just yeah,
but
definitely.
just the timing of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the action scene, the boat scene was one of my favorites. That was really cool. And I like the fact that Ryan Reynolds got captured as well. So like they weren't totally like untouchable sort of thing, right? So he did eventually get caught. I like the whole thing that it was kind of two-sided with Interpol and also these guys working for the leader or whatever. I guess like from Belarus, and those guys were also trying to get Samuel Jackson's character at the same time, right? So it was kind of a race towards him.
The soundtrack, I'll add that. Was very good. I felt it really fit. Again, it fit the tone of the comedy, but if you're looking at it from the perspective of the other sort of tone that's mixed in, but definitely for the comedy, I like the soundtrack. Thought there was a lot of it just fit this the different scenes, and I just enjoyed the soundtrack. I thought it was very, very good.
Yeah, a lot of the action scenes had really good like music in the background, like the boat scene with Ryan Reynolds, out on the motorcycle and stuff like that. So that was really well done. I think that stuff.
Yeah, and in a movie like this, I think there's not a lot of stakes. I mean, there's not any point where you think, oh, this guy's gonna die, or like what happens if he die. That's the one thing, and also the love interests. I mean, they gave backstory. They gave a scene for a backstory, which was whatever. I mean, it was fine.
It was kind of cool.
Again, it wasn't some sort of extremely fleshed out or whatever relationship, but
I feel
it was
like it was needed though, right?
It was fine.
It was kind of cool to see that.
That's a lot of what this movie was. It was a lot of fine
stuff,
and then mixing the comedy. The comedy's awesome. I mean, if you're gonna see this and you want the comedy, that's sort of what you're going to go to see. You're not really going to go to see the relationship or sort of this other storyline with the war crimes or whatever you want to call it. You're going to go to see the comedy, Reynolds and Jackson. So that's sort of what I took from it.
I also liked a little bit of a twist here as well. I mean, with movies kind of like Jack Reacher, stuff like that, main character's always, this hero, right, that's kind of untouchable and stuff like that, but usually they're on the good side of things, right, trying to catch bad guys. But in this situation, I mean, both of them are I guess Ryan Reynolds' character hasn't killed anyone, but I mean Samuel Jackson's killed a lot of people, right? So both of them are bad guys, but they're sort of anti-heroes in a way.
Yeah,
I guess
definitely.
In this. Yeah,
sort of vigilantism,
so
sort of that aspect.
A little bit of a twist for me personally. I mean, I am kind of used to like movies, like Jack Reacher and stuff like that. I mean, maybe that's not the best example, but
the Bond movies or whatever.
Yeah, and stuff like
those
that.
Kind of action movies. But yeah, I know it was.
Yeah.
I mean, Jackson is sort of the king. I would say definitely has been in so many of these action comedies.
Yeah.
And
he always plays the villain, right? Or usually.
Yeah, definitely sort of a character like that.
Yeah, but in this one, I mean, he kind of did both, right?
Yeah, it was definitely that sort of, like you said, that sort of vibe.
Yeah. In terms of a rating, we kind of came up with this, and I mean, this might be a little high, but like you said, we're kind of judging it on the basis of an action comedy, right?
Yeah,
we're not judging it for an overall movie. And so we thought 7 out of 10 was a realistic rating. I mean, I think we basically covered most of it. And yeah, I think Patrick Hughes did a great job with this as well. I haven't really heard of.
No, I think he did
before,
The Expendables 3, and he's not a well-known director, but maybe this will be a break for him. Yeah, I mean, if you want a fun time with a friend or a date or whatever, I think this is a fine movie. It's not a movie I would say rush out to the theaters. It's not a spectacle recently Dunkirk is the type of thing where you really want to see at the theaters on 70mm. You really want to see in that atmosphere.
Yeah, that's true.
This would not be one of those movies. But I mean, I'm not going to say don't see it. I mean, I think if you buy a ticket, you're supporting these types of movies, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But
I mean, some of the action scenes were really great on the big screen. I will admit.
No, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, overall, the movie, it's not like a must see. Right? All right, so that just about wraps up the review for the Hitman's Bodyguard. In the future, I'm going to be trying to do some more movie reviews. Right now, the TV show for the summer is kind of busy at the moment. But when fall starts, I think I'm gonna, more time's gonna free up as well. So I'm gonna try to fit some more movies in. Just when I get out to see them. A couple movies are coming up that I'm really interested in seeing. So hopefully I'll be able to do those and review those as well. So anyways, thanks for joining me for this review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.